Today I'm going to show you how to make some one-pot baked beans. If you're like me, you like things to be easy. These only take one step, which is what I'm aiming for here. And these are going to be sweet and smoky and have depth of flavor from the coffee that I'm adding to these. We're going to add 1 pound of navy beans to the pot. Next I'm going to add 4 cups of water, and then we're going to add 1 cup of cold brewed coffee. I really like the essence of that dark brewed coffee, so we're going to use a dark roast coffee in that to help get some flavor into those beans. And that's another reason not to soak them, because now those beans are going to absorb all of that coffee. So you're going to get a really deep, rich flavor from that. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup of chopped onion. I'm using sweet onions here. 1/3 cup of brown sugar. 1/4 cup of molasses. Now I did warm mine up in the microwave for about 30 seconds to make sure that it poured very quickly instead of taking forever, because you know what they say about molasses. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste. Now with my leftover here, what I usually do is I put this in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer, because I usually don't use all of it at once, and that way it stays a lot longer in my freezer and I don't have to waste anything. Then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using this Morton's light salt, which I use in a lot of recipes because it's got the potassium chloride in there as well as sodium chloride, so you're getting a lot less sodium, which raises blood pressure, whereas potassium actually lowers blood pressure. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to do a teaspoon of mustard powder, a teaspoon of smoked paprika for some smokiness, and finally 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We're going to stir this up, and we're going to set this on high for 8 hours. And you can see we're at about the 6-hour mark and how these are thickening up, looking really good. So I ended up adding my secret ingredient to this to bring out some of the flavor, just 1/8 teaspoon of this chipotle chili powder. And here we have it after 8 hours. We have our smoky and delicious espresso scented baked beans that are just terrific and wonderful. I ended up adding 2/3 cup of brown sugar, so feel free to do the same. I also did add an extra 1/2 teaspoon of that smoked paprika, and feel free to add salt and pepper to taste as well.